women all over the world experience the same things.
Yeah.
That's the wildest thing to me. Like, you get your period, you show up, right?
Yep.
You have cramps, you show up. You go through a miscarriage, you show up. You have a child, you show up after a few weeks, right? You are taking care of your aging parents, you show up.
Yeah.
Men don't have those experiences.
That's true.
And you show up and you're glamorous and have a smile on your face. And it's just all over the world. We are all experiencing the same thing. And it's just unbelievable to me, the power of a woman.
Yeah.
It's really, truly like remarkable.
I've experienced this myself, and probably you have too, where sometimes you just feel like death. For whatever reason, whether it's emotional or physical.
Like, call me when you feel like that, please.
Well, but like when you have kids, especially, you don't have the privilege to feel like death. You show up for your kids. Whatever they need. If they're hungry, if they poop their pants and step in their
You don't have time to
poop.
focus on like being depressed. You just gotta. There's always something to do.
Always what my grandma said. Every time I like get into my head, my grandma would be like, I had 5 kids. I had no time to be depressed. And like that's not the right approach either, right? Like you should pay attention to your feelings. Yeah. But we do. We show up no matter what. And I do feel like there's this like inherent underlying like mama bear thing that, especially when you have kids, it forces you to show up no matter what. And it's always 100%. You don't show up half-assed.
Like last night, I was working till like 3:30 to 4 in the morning because I had to get a project done that I felt guilty that I didn't get done the other couple of days. And then, my baby was up a couple of times at night. So, I got about 3 hours of sleep. So in the morning, I drive my daughter with still my makeup on from yesterday. And I didn't have time to put on my regular shoes. So I wore my fluffy pink slippers. And we were out of apples and we're out of a couple of things that I needed for the babies. And I'm like, all right, do I go looking like this? What if somebody from my daughter's school is going to see me with probably I don't know what I have in the back of my hair because I didn't brush my hair yet. I'm like, okay, my grandma would say never look like that in public. Mm-hmm. But okay, fuck it. We need apples and I need to get it out of the way. So the point is that, when you're a working woman and you have a family or you don't have a family, there's so much things you take care of other than trying to look good to go to work.
House
other
management.
than, taking care of other people's needs and everything else. There are little things like that take up your time and you just get it done.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
I mean, if that were a state, women just get things done.
We do.
Just get things done.
It's funny. We were just talking about this too in one of our other episodes, like implicit bias. And what comes to my mind is, because I do a lot of trainings on this, but there's a bias towards women sometimes. And there are situations in the legal field. I've experienced this personally. I don't know. You probably haven't because you haven't had kids, but I'm sure you've experienced other biases. But there are certain biases towards moms or parents where partners, especially in large law firms, when they're giving out assignments, and they could be great assignments, but that take up a lot of time or require long hours, they'll be like, I'm not going to give this to you because you have a family.
They say that?
Yeah, I know you like to be home with your kids in the evening, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to put this on you.
I think they're probably being genuine. But
you have kids. I don't want. This is gonna take long hours. It has a deadline, and I'm like, and me being who I am, I'm like, motherfucker, give it to me.
Give it.
I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done better than anyone else. But that's implicit bias where someone doesn't have bad intentions, but they don't give you an opportunity because you're a woman or because you're a mom or because you have a family. And those are issues we face sometimes. And I think men face these issues too sometimes. I've actually had cases come to me where men start being treated badly after they take paternity leave, because there's a whole taboo behind that too of men who take leave. They're like, why is he not showing up for his work? He doesn't need to take time off to be with his kid. It's not like he's recovering from childbirth, even though it's protected, and they're not going to say that up front. But I do think that it happens a lot.
I think if I didn't have children or if my business partner didn't have children, we would have not seen it that way. But since we did, and he had bonding time, we all had bonding time after we had our kids, although not for too long because we have to get back to work pretty quick. I think we respect that. But if we didn't have children, I do think that there would be that perception, why does a dude need that time? But when you have kids, you get it.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of men don't take it.
A lot of men don't take it.
And I think it's a big conversation in America where they're not taking paternity leave because although they need it, I feel like they feel that they're going to be perceived one way or another.
And they
Or
are
they have a
perceived
woman at home that
badly.
takes care of it. I mean, like,
But like a woman needs
And they need
to
to bring a check
recover.
home.
Like, you know, like a woman needs to recover from, especially if there's like a cesarean and you have multiple kids. It's hard to like take care of. I mean, when I had my third kid, I could not possibly recover from childbirth and take care of 3 kids. Like, I don't know how women do it.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. It's not even just that, childbirth. You have other children at home.
And I have, you know, a 4-year age gap between my first 2 and a 3-year age gap between my second 2. But imagine kids, like you had 4 1-year-olds at once. Like, you couldn't do that on your own.
I tried one night, but it didn't work out.